Welcome back to the Zach Carpenter Show here on the Bear Network on BCHS.TV. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. All our programs are available to you on YouTube. Just simply search for BCHS.TV, and they're all absolutely free for your viewing pleasure. Being joined now by Bradley Central head coach Zach, as always, and he brought someone with him tonight that we should all be familiar with. The guy's been around Bradley forever and ever, and is part of Bradley. Part of the culture here at Bradley, yes, Coach.
Oh, no doubt.
I'll let you make the intro of Mr. Dills here.
We got Coach Colby Dills here. He's a man that wears many hats around here. He coaches football. He's the head JV coach, correct on that? Mm-hmm. Head freshman coach here and assistant in the men's basketball program.
He's the guy that tries to keep you in line, I guess.
Yeah.
Between him and Jordan Ollison there, your other sister there. Let's talk about what happened since last week. We had a win last Monday, a good win at McMinn Central. McMinn County up there, though, got us again last Friday night, and they're a very, very good team. If people hadn't seen them play, they should come out and watch them play. We'll see them in the tournament that begins next week. We'll talk about that shortly, but defense. You know, you talked in a post-game radio interview.
That was an issue for us on last Friday night. You know, we didn't do our job. We didn't stay in front of the ball. We let their shooters get into their rhythm shooting the ball, and they ended up shooting, I think, 50% from three for the game and about 63% from the field. Offense for us, you know, we shot it at a high clip as well, and we scored enough points.
Yeah.
We scored enough points to win the game. It was defense.
Well, you know, I guess you live and learn. We still had a shot then at second place, maybe in first place in the district, but now you're locked into third there, so we don't know who will play or exactly when we'll play. But tomorrow we'll have the district postseason meeting with the coaches and the media, and the coaches, not the media, but the coach will vote on the all-district team for the year for boys and girls, and then the coach of the year, as well as the most valuable player, I guess, for the boys and the girls. So it's always an interesting meeting to go to when you are involved in that and see how it all shakes out. But anything going into that you looking forward to, or did you think it might surprise you?
Going into that, we're right now we're just focused on finishing out the season strong. You know, tomorrow we'll get a lot of information about seeding and obviously what players will get accolades for the season this year. But we're still focused on tonight's game and then moving forward to Friday night's game, so we get a little momentum going into the tournament.
How's practice gone since the Friday night loss? I talked with Coach Ben Smith in wrestling, and they come close to winning state against me second. He said practice has been miserable for his boys this week because he's laid the hammer down, I guess. But at this time, you can't change a whole lot about what you do, and you sort of got to. You remember, you're going to play this. You're going to maybe 2 or 3 nights in a row. It could be.
Yeah, we're not changing a lot of what we do. We're just trying to clean things up. Correct some errors that we've made in game, and hopefully, that'll carry over to our upcoming games. Well,
and it's not like it's somebody you haven't seen before. You played everybody in the district at least twice this year, so there's nothing, no secrets anymore.
No, it's scouting report. Everybody knows what everybody does, so it's who's going to go out and execute the best in these upcoming games. So.
Well, Kobe, how do you help the coach prepare for games, and especially when you get into the postseason play? I mean, what is your role out there in practice and all in helping get things ready?
Well, now that the freshman season's over, I'll definitely be downstairs for all the practices. Just really whatever coach wants me to do, whether it's go get a clipboard or, have the JV team run a certain set, just whatever he wants me to do. I'll do whatever I can to help the program out.
Do you, and between you and Jordan and Colby, do you have someone deciding to work more on offense or more on defense, or you sort of share the load on all that kind of thing, or?
It varies. There'll be times in practice where I'll give Colby a team, I'll give Jordan a team, and I'll be the referee and just let them coach it, let them coach it, and they call the plays and defenses. And at other times, I'll take one of the teams and give them the other team, and we'll go from there. So it just varies from practice to practice.
Oh, okay. Well, tonight, we're going to have a big crowd tonight. It's Walker Valley, which always brings us a big crowd. We got pink out tonight, or Hoops for Hope. I hope I get that right. I say it wrong every time. Hoops for Hope. And you'll see a lot of people wearing the pink shirts tonight, and everybody's asked to wear pink if you can support breast cancer awareness. And so, and I think, talking with other coaches, a big crowd there, especially with your home crowd, gets that adrenaline pumped up, and I think the kids just play better. wrestle better, whatever the sport is. And
Yeah,
football, same way,
Players are always going to play off the crowd. You
Yeah.
know, when the crowd's engaged, when they're into it, and it's loud, a loud environment, electric environment, that always feeds into the players, and that's what we're expecting tonight. Our student section's been awesome all year long, and we're expecting another fun, rowdy crowd tonight. So.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee it'll be rowdy for sure. And then Friday night, we got Lynn Jones Foundation night. We'll talk about that since we don't have a show between now and then. And that's senior night. And how many seniors you'll be recognizing?
3.
3 seniors you'll be recognized. The Bears will have a few, and we'll have some cheerleaders to recognize there too. And that's another well-attended event. And on top of that, Lynn Jones, who's going to supply tickets for a couple more elementary schools. We had a house full here a couple of weeks ago when he did that, and he did it back in December, I guess it was, earlier this year. So he's just a great thing for the community. And that crowd, like you say, man, they get fired up. And there's a lot of people never been to a game.
Yeah.
And I talked to Lynn in that previous game, and I said, what inspired you to do this? He said, I was one of 16 kids. We didn't have the money, pot to pee in, as the old saying goes, I guess. It's all right to say that here. He said, I went to a ball game one time, I was 5 or 6 years old, and I was amazed. This big stadium, these people in here and all that. And he said, if I ever get where I can afford to, I want to make sure other little kids get to go. Because once they come, they're going to come back again, you hope, and bring mom and dad.
It's great to have the kids on campus and the parents to come with them. They see the atmosphere that's going on during the game. And like you said, it does make them want to come back and, maybe come to school here if that's not really the way they're thinking right now. I think it's a great thing that he's doing, and we really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I think it is too. With the pink out tonight, and that one Friday night, senior night, it's going to be two really good back-to-back crowds here. Going into the district tournament, you're going to have very familiar foes. We're going to be playing at Cleveland High School, so it's local. So there's no excuse for not having good crowds. And Cleveland's going to have good support there and play on their floor. We've split with them this year. McMinn's gotten us twice, and we've got Walker Valley at their place early this year. So I guess you got to be looking forward to these games tonight and Friday night. Super big games.
Oh, it is. And like I said, you're playing your crosstown rival tonight, next to last game before the season. So it's going to be a fun atmosphere. It was a great atmosphere over at Walker Valley. Came down to the wire. So we're expecting the same tonight. Just trying to feed off this, gaining that momentum going into the district tournament.
Well, Kobe, your freshman season's wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're fully with the varsity, as you say, down on the main floor now, rather than up in the second gym with that. And there's a lot of work to be done. There's not a whole lot more that you can, I shouldn't say a lot more you can improve on, but you can. But now to me, it's just the focus and execution and making sure that everybody's doing what their job should be, and knowing what their job should be, and then take care of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we'll hit that tournament next week. And we'll be talking about that again. Coach, let me ask you this too. I hadn't asked you this in a while. You came out of the college ranks to coach here at Bradley 2 years ago. What has it been like for you coming home? You played here as a Bradley Bear, so you know what it means to people here in the Bear Nation. And now you played for the winningest coach we ever had, Kent Smith. And I heard from Kent just this morning. And now that you're here for 2 years, how does it feel? Are you back home? You feel like you're home?
Yeah, I do. It's great to be back home, be back around family. Coming to a familiar place every day for work.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in that gym with my teammates, my brothers, and it just brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun, fond memories. It's some of the best times of my life, and so I've had a blast doing it. It's been a lot of fun.
And I talk to these kids here all the time. They say, I can't wait to go to high school. I say, hey, high school is probably the most fun years you're going to have as a teenager, because when you get out, reality sets in, whether it's at college or your career. You're going to work every day and slaving, for the man and everything. And this should be a fun time. If it's not a fun time, you're looking at it the wrong way. I tell them.
Don't grow up too quick.
That's right.
Reality will hit you in the face for sure.
Yeah. Kobe, any words of advice to these guys, as we get ready for the postseason? We got Walker tonight, McMinn Central here Friday night for senior night. Any sage advice for the players to get ready or to be mentally prepared?
Yeah, just lock in, be focused. We got great coaching staff with Coach Jordan and Coach Carpenter, and they know a lot about the game, and they're gonna have good game plans. So just be locked in, and just be hungry to to see how far we can advance.
Well, I know you come basically from a football background here at Bradley. Did you play basketball here at Bradley when you was in school?
No, I wasn't very good, so I stopped playing after my freshman year. I don't want to keep wasting anybody's time. So I played basketball, or I played football and baseball though here all 4 years. So.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been coaching basketball here now?
This is my 4th season. This senior class was my freshman class coming in.
So you've had a steep learning curve, as the old saying goes, as far as basketball coaching goes.
Yes.
Is the mentality coaching in basketball different than coaching in football? I mean, you got a smaller group to you.
Yeah, I would say, basketball, not that it's not intense, but, football, there's only 10 games. So basketball, counting freshman games, JV, varsity, it's like a game every other night. So you can't be intense like that every single night or you wouldn't make it all season. But games like tonight, games against Cleveland, it's definitely a different environment.
If you can't get fired up for those,
yeah,
you better check your pulse because, and they're doing the same thing over there, thinking, hey, we're going to Bradley tonight from Walker Valley,
Yes.
and Cleveland's, thinking, hey, they got us at their place and we got them here, so we can meet them again, meet Walker Valley. Because the way I look at it, between Bradley, McMinn, and Cleveland Walker Valley, you got 4 teams, any of the 4, certainly easily capable of winning the district with just having a good night and playing a couple of 3 games. That's good,
And like we said it before, anybody can beat anybody, and if you're not on your A game, if you're not ready to go, then it can come to an abrupt stop real quick.
Well, you got to coach them up.
That's right.
It all falls on coach.
Yeah.
Right? Well, Zach, thank you for being here. Kobe, as always, thank you for being here too. We enjoyed talking to you as always. We'll do this again next week, and then we'll have the brackets finalized. We'll know who we're playing, when we're playing, and we'll know who the district players of the year are. And I think we'll have some Bears in there, and we'll have some Barretts too, and we'll see who the coach of the year are and the MVP of the district for boys and girls. So there'll be a lot of good information next week. So be sure and tune in on the Bear Network next week's BCHS.TV. Just go to YouTube and search for that, and you can find it, and it's absolutely no charge to watch that. These shows are all produced here in Studio H12 on the campus of Bradley Central High School. And Mr. Gwen Schroyer's audio-visual class, we appreciate him and his staff taking care of us here each and every week. Until next time, guys, so long for now. We'll see you tonight
Yes,
at
sir.
Bradley Central High School's Jim Smitty Arena. Till next time, God bless and go Bears.